3 championships. And still, people say he does not deserve them. Joey Logano hears it every single week. He hears it online. He hears it in the grandstands. He hears it from people who should know better. So his team finally did something about it. They wrote a short message on a little scoreboard inside their hauler. Nobody outside the team was really supposed to notice it. Then Saturday night at Richmond Raceway happened. And that message stopped being a secret. What Logano did over the final 25 laps and what he said after he climbed out of the car sent a very loud message to every person who has ever doubted him. And the best line of the whole night involves Mickey Mouse. Let us start with the finish, because the finish was tight. Joey Logano beat Chase Briscoe to the line by less than 0.4 of a second. The Cookout 400 at Richmond Raceway went the full 400 laps. Logano led 95 of them. He led 6 different times. He took the lead for good with only 25 laps left. This was win number 39 of his Cup Series career. It was his 3rd win at Richmond. It was also his 2nd win in the last 4 races. And here is the part that stings for the doubters. 9 years. That is how long Logano waited between wins at this track. Richmond owes him one, and most fans know why. 2 years ago, Logano had this exact race won. Austin Dillon turned him into the wall on the final lap and stole it. Logano called that move chicken and said the way it happened was ridiculous. He has carried that memory back to Virginia every year since. On Saturday night, in front of a sellout crowd under the lights, he finally got even with the place. The night did not start with the number 22 out front. His teammate Ryan Blaney handled that. Blaney started on the pole and led 60 of the first 70 laps to take stage 1. That was Blaney's 6th stage win of the season, more than any other driver in the field. Logano took stage 2, and the Fords looked untouchable. Then the real fights started. Chase Briscoe led 171 laps. That is more than anyone else in the race. For most of the evening, Briscoe looked like the man to beat. Then his brakes suddenly went away. Logano and Briscoe pitted together with about 40 laps to go. Logano beat him off pit road. Then Logano ran down Christopher Bell on fresher tires with 25 laps remaining. Briscoe chased him hard through lap traffic in the closing laps. He got close. He never got close enough. Briscoe did not hide how much that hurt. "Yeah, I don't know what more I needed," Briscoe said. "I thought that last run I was a little bit better than him. He knew exactly where it slipped away. To get there at the end, prior run to the pit stop, I just lost brakes, got really loose. Gave up a 3-second advantage. That was ultimately the difference. One bad run." Then he said something that made the loss even stranger. "Richmond has never been kind to him. It's weird to be running second here. This has been a real struggle to me, this place. I think that's my first ever top 10 here even." Briscoe did lock himself into the chase with that runner-up run. It helped a little. It did not help nearly enough. Logano knew what he had just survived. "My team did a great job," Logano said. The pressure was on everybody to make the right calls, to execute the runs, to have a good pit stop there. We were door to door, pretty much onto pit road. That tested everything we had. Then he said the line that should worry everyone else in the garage. "There's a long way to go in the season, but we can see the front from here." Now for the message on that hauler scoreboard. Someone asked Logano if he still races with a chip on his shoulder. He did not dance around the question at all. "Do I have a chip on my shoulder?" "Yes." "That's a clear yes," Logano said with a laugh. "So much that our little team slogan in our hauler on our little scoreboard is, 'For the haters.' That's where we're at." Sit with that for a second. A 3-time champion, a future Hall of Fame driver. And his crew writes a note to the critics on their own scoreboard, week after week. The criticism is real. Plenty of fans believe his titles came from a playoff format that rewards one hot week instead of one strong season. Logano has heard that take for years now. He is done being polite about it. The goal now is a 4th title, and he already has a response ready for anyone who wants to argue about the first 3. He has fired back before. He once said his trophies echo so loudly that he cannot hear the critics at all. This new one is sharper because it does not defend anything. It just shrugs. The Mickey Mouse ears look good on the trophies either way. That is the whole point. Call the championships cheap. Call them lucky. Call them a product of the format. He still owns them, and nobody can take them off the shelf. There was a softer side to this night too. Saturday was the first time all of Logano's children watched their dad win in person. "This is the first time I've had all of my kids here for a win, so this is a real special one for our family," he said. Then he lit up the tires, and he knew he might hear about it later. "I just like doing burnouts. That's really all there is to it. I thought it was a cool opportunity to do a burnout right here. I might get my hand slapped, but it was worth it. Team Penske had a huge evening across the board. Austin Cindric finished third. Blaney had speed all night. Cindric sounded proud and frustrated at the same time. I felt like I had a car that could have won tonight and we didn't, and that's my only frustration, Cindric said. Everybody at Team Penske. All 4 cars that came out of that building this week were super strong. Denny Hamlin finished 4th at his home track, and he did it the hard way. A broken jack stop cost his crew about 10 seconds on pit road. Really good car that last stage, and great to overcome that to come back for a top 5, Hamlin said. Chase Elliott finished 5th, and that number matters more than it looks. Elliott had not cracked the top 10 since the end of May. All 4 Hendrick cars landed inside the top 10, with Kyle Larson 6th, William Byron 9th, and Alex Bowman 10th. Austin Dillon had the opposite kind of night. He won this race the last 2 years. This time he came home 19th. It felt like the car was dog tracking from the moment we took the green, Dillon said. Carson Hocevar finished dead last in 37th after stalling in turn 3 and bringing out a caution. Really unfortunate end to a really tough night for the No. 77 Chevrolet team, Hocevar said. We were hoping to salvage a decent finish with pit strategy in the last stage, but we had some mechanical issues the team will have to take a look at. Christopher Bell settled for 7th after his alternate strategy came up short. Ross Chastain came home 12th and sounded almost relieved. He said his team simply needs to keep running inside the top 10, and that this night was far better than anything his group managed all summer. Now look at the bigger picture, because this is where the story gets serious. 6 races ago, Joey Logano sat 20th in points. He now sits 9th. He opened this season slower than any season of his long career. Then he won at North Wilkesboro, ran 3rd at the Brickyard, added a solid finish at Iowa, and now this. Less than a month ago, most people had written him off completely. He was outside the cut line and running out of weekends. 2 wins later, he is one of the hottest drivers in the sport. The chase begins soon. Logano is in, the streak is real, and he is not hiding from it. Don't let the boys get hot, we're pretty strong right now, Logano said, grinning. It's awesome to see the speed in the 22 again. Gosh, it was a great car, and we've had a great car here in the last 5 races but weren't able to capitalize on the win. So close, but sweet redemption today. That is a 3-time champion with a chip on his shoulder, a hot race car, and a slogan in his hauler aimed straight at the people who say he never earned any of it. The rest of the field goes to New Hampshire next weekend. The number 22 goes there with momentum, a fresh trophy, and something to prove. So here is the real question. Are Joey Logano's 3 championships fully legitimate, or does the playoff format hand out titles that drivers have not truly earned? Give me your honest answer down below.